Just earlier, the fans on their feet as the national anthem rang out throughout the arena. It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. Someone will be keeping an eye on Victor Oladipo.
He plays with a frenetic energy, a great rebounder and defender. And with his strength and athleticism, I think Oladipo could become one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA.
Love his game. Victor Oladipo. He gets it done at both ends, fellas. The real deal, and I think he's got a really good future in the NBA.
Looking at Chicago, they took the win in their last game against the Timberwolves in Minnesota. And boy, they got by the skin of their teeth there, winning by 1 point. That was a battle.
And their inside strength was so apparent in that win. They just blocked shots, controlled.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 1:37 left here in the first quarter. Heinrich against Gordon. The shot by Heinrich, no good. Orlando's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. That cuts the lead to single digits. The captain's got his second basket of the night. Heinrich outside. There's a screen. Back to Gasol. It's hauled in by Gordon.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting has really suffered.
No good from the captain.
Hey, the defense was right there, just waiting, doing a nice job of anticipating that play.
Steve, every team needs tough interior defense to be successful.
Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. And here's Brooks from outside, and he gets the bucket. Brooks has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And there's the feed to Vucevic. Takes a 3. And that one's good. 7 points for the captain. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Bulls lead by 8. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
The defense has been key in building this lead. They've really clamped down hard.
They've done a nice job, Steve. I think challenging every shot, a hand up on every shot.
Heinrich and Butler at the 2 and 3. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. And it's Brooks in at the point. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Here's Huffman. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space. And Aaron Gordon out of Arizona, kind of a tweener between the 3 and the 4, 6'8", 220. Not much of a shooter, but a terrific athlete with a great motor. He has shown the potential to be a great defensive player.
And the shot counts. He's fouled. And it's a
show either from the floor or the line, but you love his motor, you love his speed, and you saw glimpses of his ability to make plays off the dribble.
Now, here's Fry. Defended by Gibson. The captain passes to Harkless. 5 on the clock. He passes to the captain. Nailed from three-point land. Vucevic. Great defense that time from Noah. Those games not too pretty, but nobody expected, Clark, anything different.
No, I agree, Kevin. It's not a big upset when a team from the bottom gets swept like they did.
Ball's knocked loose. Snell kicks to Rose. Snell back to Rose. There's the block. They retain possession. Noah's shot is off.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
The captain passes to Green. Here's the captain. Vucevic, a screen on Rose. Here's Harkless, and the shot is good. Now here's Rose. 15 points in the game. Pushing it up. Here's Huffman. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Rose.
He has great dexterity inside. He can contort his body, shift in midair, hang time. He can protect the ball and finish through contact. Just an impressive player in the paint.
And Steve, that's not a skill that most players have. I mean, that's exactly why they try to feed it to him in the paint whenever possible.
The Magic making a switch here. Fournier is checked in. And now Orlando on the break. Green leading the charge. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for the Magic?
And they've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Hey, guys, the captain in their last game against the Raptors made a big difference. He had 23 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
All right, Doris, thanks. That really was a spectacular game for him, even by Steve his standards.
Well, those are pretty high standards ordinarily. We'll see how much it carries over. It's not a performance that will be easy to repeat.
But you like to have that in your arsenal, on your resume, so you can call on it the next time you get out on the court. So I think it'll serve him better than it won't.
Last year, the Magic clearly were in for a long season, no doubt about it. But I applaud the organization because it seems to me that they've got the right approach here by staying patient and not trying to
Russell defensively through 2 quarters of play, contesting everything, starting to rack up those block shots, guys.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight, and it's paid off with a lot of second chance points.
Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. We get set as it just snugs right down through the net.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
So on the floor for Orlando, Oladipo and Harkless at the 2 and the 3. Gordon and Buchis. Shot denied. Rose against Oladipo. Passes it to the captain. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game. That free throw good from the captain. And both free throws good from the captain.
You're in an information age, there's no question. Stats, numbers, camera angles. The teams are really trying everything to get an edge over their competition. And it makes perfect sense. The big question is, how do you use that information? I think that's what teams are trying to figure out.
Here's the captain, defended by Butler. Harkless the pass to Oladipo. Shot clock at 6. Can't get it to go. Room around him. Butler's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I give him credit. He didn't have much confidence going in the first half, but he's picking up the pace here.
The captain passes to Oladipo. Hits the three-point bomb.
That's his first three-pointer of the half. Remember, he did make the points have been coming today from the low post.
And even under pressure in tight, they've maintained their concentration and converted their opportunities.
Oladipo, good.
As long as they keep spraying them from deep, we're going to have ourselves one exciting finish.
Well, it took them a while, but they're finally...
Gordon's got 11 rebounds in the game. The feed to Oladipo. Connects on the 17-footer. Oladipo's got 10 points.
I mean, they're really pushing him around physically at this point.
Oladipo. Vucevic, a screen on Butler. Vucevic setting the pick for Oladipo. Kicks to Gordon. He passes to the captain. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. The captain's got 20. The Bulls leading by 19. Chicago Chicago call to Brooks. The feet to Mirotic. The pass to McDermott. He dishes it to Mirotic. Pass to McDermott. No good from outside. Here's the captain. McDermott with the steal. Now Brooks. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, Steve Curry, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us.
We've certainly seen bigger games from you out there. In fact, I'd even say you looked a little complacent at times tonight. Any response?
Greatness ain't something you can maintain 100% of the time, man. Sometimes you gotta pick the right spot to coast a little. There was a point tonight where I didn't think we were gonna be able to pull it out, so I decided to save myself a little bit for the next game. No big deal. It's a long season, and I'm typically preparing myself to play deep into the playoffs. So maybe you saw a little bit of that tonight. If so, good eye. What else can I say?
Hello and welcome everyone to another exciting edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. This is Kevin Harlan. Our starting lineups will look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams. Someone will be keeping an eye on Victor Oladipo.
He plays with a frenetic energy, a great rebounder and defender. With his strength and athleticism, I think Oladipo could become one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA.
Love his game. Victor Oladipo. He gets it done at both ends, fellas. The real deal, and I think he's got a really good future in the NBA.
Here in Philadelphia, it's another home game for the 76ers. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season. Last season, they couldn't get the edge in the matchup as they went 1-2 in the season series.
And, you know, I think they may have a
Has been going for the 76ers.
They've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
The shot's good from the captain. Nicholson, a good outside shooter. Last season testing out a stretch 4 role and incorporating the three-point shot, Steve, into his offensive pack.
Yeah, you know, Nicholson has some talent. The key, if you're going to be a stretch 4, you've got to be consistent from the outside. Nicholson only shot 31% from long range last year, so that's what he has to develop, is that consistent outside shot along with his defensive versatility. If he does that, he'll have a long career ahead of him.
You know,
Moultrie's got his first points of the game. Orlando trailing here. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
You know, when things started to go wrong for them in that game, and things did go very wrong, just could never get it going back in the right direction.
Steve, there was just no consistency. I mean, that was really the problem to me. Anytime they strung together a couple of baskets, they just couldn't keep the momentum going.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Vucevic checked. Thompson's got 7 points for the quarter.
You know, defensively, you cannot forget about him. He gave him a wide open look there.
So on the floor for Orlando, Harkless and Nicholson fill up the forward slots. Willie Green out there with the captain, and it's Fry in at center.
Right back at you. The meat from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at the 76ers. Carter Williams and Jay Rich in the backcourt. Embiid is out there with Nerlens Noel. Next to Mba Amute. He feeds it to Carter Williams. 6 on the shot clock. No good. Good D by Payton.
And he continues to search for his rhythm. It's eluded him to this point.
The captain, Richardson covering. Payton dishes to Harkless. Pass to the captain. It's good from long range. The captain's got 11 points. Philadelphia's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Richardson kicks to Mba Amute. Back to Richardson. Nice jump shot. Good. Kicks it out to Gordon. Shot clock at 6. The Magic need to get a shot off here. That drops. 14 points for the captain.
You know what, guys? He can rip.
Now here's Harkless. He's got 8. He dishes it to Vucevic. The captain passes to Oladipo.
Survey the court and pass over the top of the defense.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
Michael Carter-Williams, MCW, last season's Rookie of the Year, unanimous, taken 11th by Philly. He came out hot right out of the gates with almost a quadruple-double in his NBA debut.
Here is Mbamute, and the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket. And you look at Carter-Williams, well-rounded contributions to the box, an athletic 6'6" point. He can really impact the game in a number of ways.
Well, he's simply a stat sheet stuffer. I mean, it seems the more open NBA style of play really suits his strengths as a player. He was superb in his rookie season.
Here's Gordon. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Richardson against Oladipo. Now here's Carter-Williams. Defense right on him. Vucevic with it. The captain passes to Oladipo. There's a screen. He kicks it to Harkless. Vucevic a screen on Thompson. Knocks it loose. Here's the captain. He dishes it to Harkless. And the pass to Oladipo. Here's the captain. Fires it up. And another shot. Now Richardson. The feed to Noel. Can't connect from good. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for...
Well, you guys had a great shooting night, but somehow weren't the better team. What happened out there that prevented you from getting the win?
I don't know, man. There must be some kind of conspiracy going on because we should have won that game. We should have won that game plain and simple, man. When your shots are dropping like nobody's business, there's no reason the other team should beat you. And somehow it happened tonight. Man, I'm shocked. I got nothing else to say. Someone count up the score again, man. We got to figure